Hi, welcome back. This is video number 3 for week number 1. And in this video, I'm going to go over the course guide. The course guide is located right after your teaching and learning plan. And it's a bunch of information that I put together to give you some information about how the course is actually going to operate and the kind of logistics, right, that we're going to be using to get through this course together. Again, online education is a little bit different. So I've created a variety of procedures and policies and things that we'll follow together as we're working through the course. This information is really, really important. So I'm going to ask that you read through the information really carefully in addition to listening to this particular video so that you're familiar with how the class is going to operate. Again, this file is located in the teaching and learning plan, and it's right at the end after the schedule. I've already told you a little bit about myself and how much I'm looking forward to working with you this term. I also pride myself on being really available to students. If you need to reach me, if you have any questions about the course, if there's any confusion, even if you just want to drop in and say hi and meet me on video, your first stop is going to be at the course chat. Each week, there's going to be a course chat through Blackboard Collaborate. So when you're in Blackboard, you're going to go to the Collaborate section. And if you click on that, it's going to open up a window for you where you'll be able to see me on video, and I'll be able to see and hear you as well. This is a non-required chat, so you only drop in if you want to. So it's not a live lecture. It's not anything that you need to attend every week, but I guarantee that I will be there and I will be available for you so that if you need any sort of one-on-one or you need any help, you can actually get to a live person rather than just a pre-recorded video. The chat sessions, times, and dates are going to be posted to our Blackboard site, but I actually have them already now. Section 01 is going to be on Wednesdays early, 8:30 in the morning to 9:30. Section 6 will be Fridays from 10:30 to 11:30. And I've made a mistake there on the screen. It should be section 7. Let me just correct that. Is going to be Fridays from 11:30 to 12:30. You can see which section you're registered in when you actually look on Blackboard. So you'll see the number COM 1160, and then there'll be a dash, and there'll be 2 digits after that. Those 2 digits are your course section number. So whatever section you're in, pop in, come in for a chat. Make sure you have your video and your audio on, and I'll be glad to meet with you. We can discuss anything, any sort of concerns or issues or questions that you have about the course or the assignments. I'm there for you and ready to meet with you. I also recognize that these are very weird times that we're in. I've designed the times, the drop-in times around your various schedules. I know you have other courses that you're taking, you have clinical requirements where you're on campus. I book these at a time where everybody in the class is technically free, but I recognize that, a lot of you are trying to balance families at home, you're working, you're doing other things. You may not necessarily be able to attend the course chat, and you may still have some questions. If you can't make the course chat, you can always email me, and I've listed my email account up there for you on the screen. You can also automatically click through my email in Blackboard, and it'll send an email. The one thing that's really important, though, is if you contact me, you need to use your Niagara College student account. Our email service for the professors at Niagara College oftentimes screens out Gmail or other non-college email. So if you're sending from an outside source, I can't guarantee that I'm going to get it. The safest way is for you to email me from that Niagara College account that you have. Okay, so please make sure that you know the password for that and that you're checking your Niagara College email regularly. Okay, so how is class going to operate every week? This course is what we call an asynchronous class. And what that means is that we don't have a scheduled meeting time and that you're going to complete the work on your own schedule while meeting various assignment deadlines. So what will happen is each week I'll be posting a series of videos for you, any assignments that we might have, any handouts that you may need under the folders that are labeled week 1, week 2, week 3. You're going to watch the videos on your own time whenever you wish. Okay. The only thing you need to be careful with is meeting the due date requirements for the various assignments. And as I've mentioned before, I'll be really clear about what those due dates are so that you know exactly, okay, when something is due. This can be challenging, okay? I know when I went to school way back, I did something that was called ITV, which was instructional television courses. I did a couple of them, and it was almost like this, except it was through the TV. So I actually would watch the lecture on cable and then go in and write the exams and do the assignments. It was hard. The one thing I learned is that you really have to be self-motivated. So it's very easy to put off watching the videos. It's very easy to put off doing the assignments. It's easier when you have a scheduled time and you're sort of forced to be there from a particular time to another particular time. It's more difficult when you're doing what they call asynchronous delivery, as I took. To make sure that you're meeting those obligations. So the one warning I would give you is, even though you're able to do it on your own time, make sure that you carve out time to complete your work for this course, watching videos, doing the assignments, doing the various work. Blackboard is going to be our major communication platform, so that's how I'm going to communicate with you. Our class is scheduled for 3 hours a week, so it's a 3-hour-a-week course that we're taking. Video lectures are going to be uploaded each week, okay, along with any supporting handouts and assignments, if any. The video lectures are going to run under 2 hours. I also like to sort of chunk them up. So I'm hoping, right, that most videos will be under 30 minutes, but there'll be multiple videos to watch each week. That's just sort of to give you a bit of a break so that you can, watch a half hour, go get a cup of coffee or something, and then come back and watch the rest. The final hour of our 3-hour block is devoted to beginning independent work on any assignments that we may have due, and that course chat hour where you can come into Blackboard Collaborate and meet with me to ask any questions that you might have about the lecture or the assignment. And again, remember, okay, that each specific section has a specific time. Section 01, Wednesdays 8:30 to 9:30. Section 6, Friday 10:30 to 11:30. And Section 7, 11:30 to 12:30. When you're doing the assignments, when we get to the stage, which we will next week, where you're completing assignments, you're going to be uploading them into Blackboard. One really important thing to remember is that you absolutely need to use Microsoft Word. Blackboard is pretty picky about what it takes. It will not take something that's saved in max pages. So make sure that you have your access to Microsoft Word. You can get this through IT services at the college if you don't have Microsoft Word preloaded on your computer. The submission process for assignments is very easy. You'll simply be clicking on an assignment title and it'll give you some options to upload. Takes a few seconds and then your assignment is submitted. You're going to have a due date and time for each assignment, and those due dates are going to be communicated to you on Blackboard. It's a good idea to get into the habit of checking our Blackboard site a couple of times a week. Any important announcements that I need to make, I'll be doing through Blackboard. So you want to make sure, again, that you're up to date. It's the only way I have to communicate with all of you, seeing as we're not meeting face to face. We're going to be relying a lot on technology. So I wanted to talk about computer issues for a moment. I'm generally good with computers, but unfortunately, I don't personally have the expertise to troubleshoot individual computer problems. If you experience a problem with your use of technology, if you're having problems with your computer, please contact Niagara's IT help desk. These people are there and they're fully trained and happy to help you with any technology problems you experience. On this handout, I've given you a live link to the help desk site, which you can click on for more information, but you can also call them at 905-735-2211, extension 7642. The next thing I wanted to cover is missed assignments, student illness, emergencies that might occur. If you end up missing an assignment due to an illness or emergency, you need to follow the Niagara College policy for missed evaluations. There is a form that you need to fill out, and I've given you the link here on the screen, okay, to be able to access that particular form. The form needs to be submitted before the due date. Okay, so if you are going to miss something, if an emergency comes up, fill out the form as soon as you can, okay, and get the form back to me so that I can approve you having an extension or an opportunity to redo an assignment. If you submit after the due date and you don't have an approved missed evaluation form, your assignment will be subject to a penalty of 10% a day. Okay, the other thing too I wanted to talk about is academic honesty and plagiarism. And I'm going to actually do a video all on its own for you on academic honesty and academic dishonesty so that we can make sure we're all using the same kind of definitions and we're all really clear. The one important thing to remember is that all work that's submitted in COM 1160 is to be original work. So that means that you can't cut and paste stuff from the internet or submit another individual's work. There is a formal policy for academic honesty. And again, I've given you the link on the screen here. If you want to read through the policy, you can do that. But basically, it just outlines the different consequences and issues that come up in cases of academic misconduct. It's important to remember that academic dishonesty does result in consequences, including the assignment of a 0 score for the assignment, okay, a 0 score for the course, program or college suspension or expulsion, depending on the nature of the incident or the cumulative effect of other incidents of academic misconduct. So it is something that Niagara College takes very seriously. That's why I'm going to go through the different definitions with you so that you're completely clear on what it is. But again, right, please note that, I do follow that policy. And then finally, another thing to remember is that as we work forward in the course, we want to deal with an environment where mutual respect is really important. I am a really firm believer in mutual respect and creating a learning community that's supportive and welcoming. That's a little hard to do when we're online because I don't have the opportunity to interact with you face to face or, to get to know you the same way that I would if we were meeting together. But it's still, really important when it comes to online communication. So my expectation is that you'll show respect to one another. So if you're communicating with one another, sending emails back and forth with one another, that you'll remember, to be respectful and to be kind. I'm also going to ask that you show respect and kindness towards me. And likewise, I promise to do the same. Niagara College has put together a tip sheet on online classroom expectations. You can get to that link through this particular document by just clicking below, okay, where I'm moving the cursor, so that you can see what sorts of things constitute mutual respect in an online environment. I think I've covered pretty well everything that has to do with the actual nuts and bolts of how we're going to go through the course together. But if you have any questions or any concerns, please feel free to email me or stop in at our first course chat. I'm going to be holding the course chats on Wednesday and Friday, right when we get started this week. So if there's anything at all that you need clarification on, pop on in, come in and see me. You may actually have an opportunity to see my cats. They go on video as well. And ask away any questions that you might have. Again, I'm going to ask you to read through this document so that you're perfectly clear on how this particular class is going to operate and what sort of expectations there are. Our next video is going to deal with academic integrity and academic dishonesty. Talk to you at our next video.